Good morning, students. Welcome to the online class of English literature. This is the second class of our English literature. Today we will discuss about the Great Smog of 1952, chapter 3 from your English textbook, that is the roots. Okay, so in our previous class we discussed how the smoke started. Okay, so basically smoke means the mixture of uh, fog and smoke which produce smoke, right? So this incident happened in London, and basically this in the this lesson based on air pollution. Okay, I hope you know what is air pollution. If not known, then you see page number 40 at the top written what is air pollution and how it's happens. Okay, so in our previous class we discussed about the Great Smog begins, then how it started, and as we know, this incident started on December 5 and it continued up to December 9. So all total 5 days. Okay, so in 5 days it described as a 5 stages. Okay, how it started and how it merged with how it mixed with fog, then how it settled there, and then like something written. Okay, so here the author Christopher Klein wrote very nicely, that means anyone can understand easily. So as you know, in our previous class we discussed, so when the day increased, or when the day that means when the day started, so slowly or gradually the fog or the smoke started more and more. Okay, for that reason, for that reason the government took some different steps, like stopped the diesel vehicles or the petrol vehicles. Instead of that, use trams, electrical trams, which one is a preventive for that. You can say it is better than the diesel and petrol vehicles. Okay, so like that, when these all vehicles started, so smoke or filled the environment or atmosphere. So the people or the Londoners, if they don't want to move or if they don't want to go from his home to outside, but they have to go because they are doing their duty. Okay, like COVID uh, pandemic, this pandemic, all the doctors and police, if they don't want to go outside, if they don't want to do their job, but also they have to do, this is the responsibility. Okay, so today we will discuss about the second part of the London fog becomes London smoke. So you can see the picture in my screen. See the London Bridge, how in 1952 looking like. These all are related to the smog of 1952, but exact picture you see how clean and uh, clean that environment. Okay, see some pictures I kept here. So now fog combined with smoke to produce smog was nothing new in London, but this particular pea super quickly thickened into a poisonous stew, unlike anything the city had ever experienced. What here written, we will know each and every paragraph thoroughly. Okay, we will discuss about and you will know also. So what written here, the fog and smoke, when they combine it formed a smoke, as I told you. But for the learners this is not new things. But why they feared? They feared due to the yellows, you can we discussed yellowish brown color smoke is there, that is pea super, or the name of the what smoke is there, pea super. You can know a yellowish fog or brown color fog quickly thickened. That means within a short period of time it spread the whole environment or the atmosphere. Which one is the biggest cause for the people those who are living in London, or we can say Londoners? They not seen before like that. They saw so many fogs, so many things they saw, but not seen like that, like this situation. What happened? A high pressure weather system had stalled over southern England and caused a temperature inversion, in which a layer of warm air high above the surface trapped the stagnant cold air at ground level. What happened? When sun will not come, that clouds are there, what you are telling? Yeah, today humid, right? So like that situation created there. So high pressure weather, okay, so southern, it covered the southern England, and what happened? Due to that the temperature changed, and that temperature, what written here, which a layer of warm air high above the surface, that means our atmosphere, as we know, the thick layer or blanket of air surface trapped the stagnant. What the meaning of stagnant? Stagnant means motion or flow. Okay, so whatever the cold air is there, that air trapped with the warm air, so what it will feel? It will feel a humid. Okay, now the temperature inversion prevented London's sulphurous coal smoke from rising, and with nary a breeze to be found, there was no wind to disperse the soot-laden smoke. The Nexus 30-mile wide air mass, teeming with acrid sulfur particles, reeked like rotten eggs, and it was getting worse every day. So what happened when the temperature changed? So it blocked the London sulphurous. As I said you, the gas, what the factories or the things they are releasing, that means vehicles or whatever coal they are releasing, that also blocked. And where it blocked, even what the meaning of nary? Not even bridge, that means wind also not came. There was no wind to disperse the soot-laden smog. Soot means you can say what we can say, yeah, fine black particles. Fine black particles. When you are burning a paper, that time small black particles are coming. Okay, so like not exact that I said, taking example, or you can use that camphor we are using in our prayer room, that you are using camphor, so that is the best example. Okay, so the noxious, as I said you, the meaning of noxious, poisonous gas, 30-mile wide air mass, that means that whole air environment you can say covered, teeming with acrid sulfur particles. Teeming means filled with, please underline the words what I am saying. Teeming means what I said, filled with acrid sulfur particles. What the meaning of acrid? Unpleasant, so that smell is not good. When is written here, what it looks like. So sulfur particles reeked like rotten eggs. Reeked means a strong unpleasant smell. Okay, a strong unpleasant smell. It compares as a rotten eggs. I hope everyone felt the smell of rotten eggs, and it was getting worse every day. That means when day by day it changes its smoke, that means smell. Okay, this is the second stage. What the stage name? London fog becomes London smoke. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we will move the third part, that is your the big smoke settle in London. How it settled there and what problem created. You can see the picture. Now, the smoke was dense. The residents in some sections of the city were unable to see their feet as they walked. For 5 days, the Great Smog paralyzed London and crippled all transportation except for the London Underground train system. So what the author wrote here? What written? The smoke was so dense, that means so solid. Okay, so what happened? So the resident of some section, that means those people, those who are living there, if they want to come outside, when they are walking, they are unable to see their feet only. To imagine how the smoke covers. Okay, so written here, were unable to see their feet as they walked. For 5 days, I told you this question will come. So this incident happened how many days? From which date to which date? So December 5 to December 9. So what happened for 5 days? The Great Smog paralyzed. Paralyzed means totally disabled Londoners. Okay, all people, those who are living in London, and crippled all the transportation. Crippled means what you can say? Disabled also. I said you that. And crippled all the transportation except the underground train system, as in our country we are calling metro train. Okay, so except that everything disabled, that means stopped. Now move the next paragraph. Because of poor visibility, boat traffic on the river came to a halt. Flights were grounded and trains cancelled. Even during the middle of the day, drivers turned on their headlights and hung their heads out car windows to inch ahead through the thick gloom. Many found the effort futile and some simply abandoned their cars. What here see. So due to the poor visibility, you may notice this one in here Chhatrapur winter season also. Okay, so you can't see morning time, you can't see your face with your front, that means those who are standing in front, if a fog is there. So what, due to poor visibility, everything stopped. What stopped here? Boat traffic, that means boat also stopped. Where? River Thames. Keep in mind, London, which river? Thames river. And what? Flights were grounded, that means flights also cancelled, train also cancelled, even during the middle of the day. You know, we are using our vehicles light night time or evening time we are using, but here the smoke created like these issues. So the drivers are turned on their headlights at the daytime and hung their past tense of hung their heads out car window, that means just taking out their heads outside to watch window of the thick gloom. Gloom means this darkness, underline dark gloom. Many found the effort futile and simply abandoned their cars. Just they left. They know nothing will happen. Okay, the smoke will not move, so they left like this the cars and just they went. Okay, maybe they're near the places they moved. Okay, they, when the air will clean, that time they will come, they will take their vehicles. Okay, now move to the next part. Conductors holding flashlights walked in front of London's iconic double-decker buses to guide drivers down City Street, whizzing pedestrians grouped their way around the city's neighborhoods and tried not to slip on the greasy black ooze that coated sidewalks. By the time they returned home, their faces and nostrils blackened by the air. Londoners resembled coal miners. You see here, that London's double-decker bus, iconic double-decker bus. You can see the picture. This type buses you can see in Mumbai only. Okay, the film city. So what happened here? See, I kept three pictures here. The last picture is the situation where they can't move their vehicles, and the up ones, what they did, they put their headlamps or headlights to keep the pedestrians, that means the pedestrian, those who are going there, they can see the path. Okay, so we will discuss the conductors holding flashlights walked in front of the London's iconic double decker. You can see in your book also that page number 42 is there. Okay, they are holding some one type of fire like that, they hold to guide. Okay, double decker bus to guide the drivers down city street. That means as we have the different streets, okay, that some buses are coming and some buses are going. Visiting pedestrians grouped their way around the city's neighborhoods and tried not to slip. See, when this type of smogs are coming, so that walls are filled with black color, that grease type liquids. You know, in our kitchen also that you can see if you are doing cooking. On that day I told chimneys are there. Okay, cooking some inner wall, so a little that means small particles, the black color is there, that if you will touch it will feel like grease type. Okay, so when they are walking carefully, because if just they will do something, they will fall or they will slip. Okay, so by the time when they are returning to their home, their faces and nostrils blackened by the air. And you know, this type people where we are getting in coal mines or in factories, but here on road we are getting due to this smog. Okay, so here written, Londoners resembled coal miners. So Londoners to look like, the meaning of resembled, to look like as a coal miners, that means they are working in coal mine. So what happened now? Authorities advised parents to keep their children home from school, partly from fear they would get lost in the blinding smog. So what told here the authorities? Obviously, now you can see in pandemic time, everyone know, if you will go to school, that means what happened, that more chances there to affect. So for that reason, that school cancelled, that means you are staying in home. So similarly, the authorities of the London told their parents to keep their children in home. Okay, children keep their children from home from school, partly from why? Because they have made chances they will they would get lost in the blinding smoke. This question will come, why the authorities of London told to the parents to keep their children home from school? This type of questions will come. Maybe is there in your book or not, I don't know. Like that questions will come. So try to find out new ways, that means different questions you can find out from the paragraph. Okay, so then move the next part. Looting, burglaries and purse snatching increased as emboldened criminals easily vanished into the darkness. So what happened in this time? You know, looting, people are ready, the thieves are ready to do this type of activities, and burglaries means criminals, you can say, and purse snatching, these all peoples are waiting for this type of situation. When like this situation will come, they will do this all and suddenly they will move. That means no one can see. I hope you understood. The last, the smoke spread inside buildings as well. A greasy grime covered export surface and movie theaters closed as the vello has matched it impossible for ticket holders to see the screen. Everywhere the smoke covered. Not even it not left that film hall also. Yep, you can say what theater. The people, those who are going to watch movie, they can't see the screen because the screen filled with greasy type liquids. Okay, so that taking ticket to watch but unable to see the screen. Okay, so total completely you can say everything paused, as written the paralyzed. Okay, hope up to this much you understood. We discussed three stages. First, how the smoke begins, and London's fog, how change into London smoke. And third, what we discussed, how the big smoke settled in. That means how settled in London. Okay, so this how this whole system disabled here. Okay, in our next class we will discuss about health effects of the great smoke and aftermath of the big smoke. What type of health effects will start at that time and what happened after the completion of the smoke. Okay, so your task to read the same paragraph thoroughly and try to understand the meaning and try to write in a short what you understood. Okay, so thank you, have a good day. We'll meet in our next class. Okay, take care, stay home, stay safe.